my date said at the restaurant. "Just so you know, I'm only here for the free meal." I replied, "Thanks for the honesty." Then I excused myself to the bathroom and paid for only my half of the bill. When she got stuck with her $87 steak and wine tab and started texting me frantically, I, 31 male, matched with this girl on one of those dating apps a while back. Her profile looked normal enough, good photos. Said she worked in marketing, like trying new restaurants. We chatted for a few days, nothing special but not terrible either. She wanted to meet up at this upscale steakhouse downtown. I'd been there once for a work thing. Super nice, but definitely not cheap. I suggested coffee first since we'd never actually met in person, but she kept pushing for dinner. I've been wanting to try that place forever. Come on, it'll be fun. Should have been a red flag, but whatever. I figured we could both enjoy a nice meal and see if there was anything there. Showed up on time. She was already at the table scrolling through her phone. Barely glanced up when I sat down. "Oh, hey, you're here." Not exactly the warm greeting I was hoping for, but okay. Maybe she's nervous. Server came over and she immediately went for the most expensive steak on the menu. Some dry-aged ribeye for like $62, plus an appetizer plus wine. Didn't even pretend to look at the prices. I ordered a burger and a beer. The burger was $18, which seemed reasonable for the place. She noticed. "That's all you're getting? Don't be cheap. This place is supposed to be amazing." Weird thing to say, but I just told her I wasn't that hungry. Our drinks came. She downed half her wine in basically one gulp and ordered another glass before the server even walked away. Then she pulled out her phone and just started texting someone. Like actively having a full conversation while I'm sitting right there. I tried making conversation. "So you mentioned marketing. What kind of?" Eyes glued to her phone. This went on for probably 5 minutes. I'm just sitting there like an idiot while she's texting away. Finally, she put the phone down and looked at me like she suddenly remembered I existed. "Okay, so just so you know, I'm only here for the free meal. No offense, but you're not really my type. But the food here is supposed to be incredible, so thanks for this." She said it so casually, like she was commenting on the weather or something. I just stared at her. "I'm sorry, what?" "The free meal, that's why I'm here. I mean, you seem nice enough, but yeah, not interested. You're still paying though, right?" The sheer audacity of it. "Thanks for the honesty," I said, keeping my voice completely calm. She smiled like I'd just agreed to her terms, went right back to her phone. I sat there for another minute just processing. Then I stood up. "Need to use the restroom real quick." She waved me off without looking up. I walked straight to the front, found our server, and quietly explained the situation. "I need to pay for just my stuff and leave. The burger and one beer. She's on her own." The server's eyes went huge, but he nodded. Rang me up right there. $23 with tip, paid cash. "Her food's not out yet, right?" "Just came up actually, about to take it out." "Perfect." Walked out the front door, got in my car, drove home. The texts started while I was still driving. "Where are you? Hello? Did you seriously just leave? Get back here right now! You can't just abandon me here! I don't have money for this!" I waited until I got home to respond, kept it simple. "You said you were only there for a free meal. I decided not to provide one. Enjoy your dinner." My phone absolutely exploded after that. Update 1. So the texts didn't stop, not even close. That first night I got maybe 30 messages going from angry to panicked to trying to guilt trip me. I was joking. Obviously I was joking. You have no sense of humor. Do you know how humiliating this was? They made me wash dishes. You're an a complete wool. I had to call my roommate to come pay. She's pissed at me now. Apparently what happened, based on her increasingly unhinged messages, was that when her food came and she realized I was actually gone, she tried to play it cool, told the server her date had an emergency, ate the entire steak, both wines, the appetizer, everything. Then when the bill came, she suddenly realized she'd forgotten her wallet. Restaurant wasn't having it. Told her she could wash dishes or they'd call the cops. She frantically called a bunch of people until her roommate finally answered and came to pay. And her roommate apparently tore into her right there in front of everyone about pulling this foodie call garbage again. Again. This wasn't her first rodeo with this scam, but it gets better. Next day I woke up to her posting about me on Instagram. Didn't use my name, but described the whole thing with some creative edits. In her version, I'd invited her to the expensive place, insisted she order whatever she wanted, then ditched the bill like a deadbeat, leaving her to pay everything. A few people I knew saw it and recognized the restaurant. Reached out asking what actually happened. I just sent them screenshots of our whole text exchange. The part where she admitted being there only for free food. The part where she freaked out about not having money. All of it. Word spread pretty fast. Mutual friends of friends started sharing their own stories about her. Turns out she'd done this to at least 5 other guys. Had a whole system. Match, suggest expensive place, order big. Then either disappear after the meal or be so terrible they wouldn't want to see her again anyway. One dude said she pulled it on him twice because he didn't recognize her when she used different photos the second time. But she wasn't done with me. Started showing up places. Coffee shop near my place. Decent where I work sometimes. The grocery store just coincidentally running into me. First time she cornered me at the coffee shop. We need to talk about how you embarrassed me. We really don't. You owe me an apology. And honestly, you should pay me back for what I had to cover. I just walked out with my coffee. Didn't engage. She started texting from different numbers when I blocked her. Her roommate's phone. Random numbers that were probably those text apps. You ruined my reputation. People are calling me a scammer because of you. This is defamation. I could sue. My personal favorite. My therapist says you traumatized me and you need to take accountability. Her roommate actually reached out separately to apologize. Look, I'm sorry she's insane. She's done this to like a dozen guys and wonders why she's single. I'm moving out next month. Can't deal with her drama. Then her friend started messaging me. Got one from someone claiming to be her best friend. She told me what you did. You're disgusting. Who leaves a woman stranded at a restaurant? What if something had happened to her? I replied, she stranded herself when she told me she was only there to scam a free meal. I paid for what I ordered and left. That's not stranding someone. That's not being a doormat. The friend tried guilt-tripping me. She has anxiety and student loans. She can't afford to eat at nice places. You should be a gentleman. Then she shouldn't suggest expensive restaurants for first dates with people she's planning to use. Blocked that. Number 2. Here's where it got really weird, though. She made a fake dating profile to warn women about me. Used my photo, must have screenshot it from my profile with a caption like, "Beware, this man will dine and dash and leave you with the bill." Someone matched with it just to let me know it existed. Reported it and got it taken down, but still. The commitment to being wrong was kind of impressive. Then she tried getting me banned from the restaurant. Actually called them saying I harassed her and they should refuse me service. The manager called me because he remembered what really went down. Yeah, our server told us the real story. You're fine. She's actually the one who's banned now for trying to skip out on her bill. Small win, but I'll take it. Update 2. About a week after the dinner incident, things went completely off the rails. She'd apparently been telling everyone in her life. Friends, co-workers, family, her version where I was the villain who humiliated her on purpose. Her mom actually called me. Got my number from somewhere and called me directly. Is this the man who abandoned my daughter at that restaurant? If your daughter told you I abandoned her, she left out the part where she announced she was only there for free food before I'd even gotten my burger. She said you forced her to order expensive things, then left. I forced her? Ma'am, your daughter does this regularly. Check her dating app history. I just didn't play along. Her mom sputtered something about cruelty and hung up. But the mom thing gave me an idea. Went back through my messages from before we met. Found where she suggested the expensive restaurant. Where she pushed for dinner instead of coffee. Screenshot everything with timestamps. Made a simple doc with all the screenshots. Our initial chat. Her admission about the free meal, her panic texts, her roommate's apology, everything. No commentary, just let the evidence speak. Sent it to her mom. Since she's telling you her version, here's what actually happened with full context and timestamps. Never heard from mom again. Meanwhile, she started trying to cost me actual money since I'd cost her that meal. Filed a bogus complaint with my apartment complex about noise violations. The office called confused because they'd never had a complaint about me. Someone reported you have loud parties every weekend until 3 o'clock in the morning. I work weekends and I'm usually asleep by 11. I barely know my neighbors. They said not to worry, seemed like harassment. Then I got a notice that someone tried disputing a charge on my credit card. Called the bank immediately. Someone had called pretending to be me, claiming there was fraud from that steakhouse. Bank flagged it as suspicious since the real me never reported anything and whoever called couldn't verify my info. But they noted it on my account. Had to be her. Who else would know about that specific charge? Filed a police report at that point. Not because I expected much, but to document the harassment pattern. The cop who took my report was weirdly entertained. So she scammed you for free food, you didn't fall for it, and now she's big mad? Pretty much. And she's been harassing you how long? Showed him the different numbers, the fake profile, the credit card thing, everything. He actually took it seriously. Said he'd document everything and have someone call her about the harassment. Apparently that call happened because I got the most unhinged voicemail. You called the cops on me for what? I'm the victim here. 5 straight minutes of her ranting about how I was trying to ruin her life, how she'd done nothing wrong, how I was a coward for not handling this like an adult. Saved that too, added it to my documentation folder. Her roommate, who'd apologized earlier, reached out again. Hey, she's completely spiraling. Got fired from her job for being on dating apps all day setting up dinner dates. Just FYI, you're not dealing with someone rational. She's blaming you for literally everything. Wait, she got fired for being on dating apps at work? Boss caught her swiping during a client meeting. Plus, she'd been doing the meal scam with coworkers' friends and it got back to HR. They said it reflected badly on the company. She's been jobless for a few days and losing her mind. That explained the escalation. She started leaving fake reviews on my business page. I do freelance graphic design. 1-star reviews claiming I was unprofessional, unreliable, terrible work. Problem was, she'd never been a client. Reviews were obviously fake. Got them removed, but she just made new accounts. Finally set up filters to moderate all new reviews. Then came her brilliant plan. She tried to catfish me. New profile on the app with different photos. Found out later she stole them from some random person's Instagram. Matched with me, chatted for a couple days, seemed totally normal. Then she suggested meeting up at the same exact steakhouse. I knew immediately. What are the odds someone wants to meet at that specific place? Decided to play along. Sure, that place is great. Thursday at 7 o'clock work? Perfect, can't wait. Had zero intention of showing up, but I was curious if she'd actually go through with it. Thursday evening, I started getting texts from the fake number. I'm here, where are you? Running late. Order whatever you want, be there soon. Evil? Maybe. But she set the trap herself. She kept texting for like half an hour. Still waiting, never replied. Let her sit there waiting for a date that wasn't coming. She figured it out eventually. Got a message from her real number that night. You knew that was me. You let me sit there looking like an idiot. You tried to catfish me to the same restaurant where you scammed me. What did you expect? I just wanted to talk. You have my number. Could have texted like a normal person instead of creating a fake identity. You wouldn't have listened? You're right. Because you've been harassing me for weeks. Leave me alone or I'm getting a restraining order. That finally slowed her down. The constant texts stopped. The ambush meeting stopped. Final update. It's been a couple months since the restaurant thing. Figure I should wrap this up. The harassment mostly ended after I threatened the restraining order. Got maybe 3 more texts total. One trying to apologize in that non-apology way. I'm sorry you felt hurt, but you really overreacted. One asking if we could start over as friends. Absolutely not. And one just saying, you're going to regret this. Still not sure what I'm supposed to regret. Not financing someone's steak after they told me they were using me. I'll survive that regret. Her roommate moved out like she said. Sent me a final message. Good luck to whoever ends up living with her next. They'll need it. Apparently the scam thing caught up with her bigger than just the one job. Someone made a post in the local subreddit about serial foodie callers and she got mentioned by name with multiple people confirming she'd done it to them. Post got enough attention that it showed up when you Googled her name. Not my doing. I never posted about her publicly, but yeah, consequences. Heard through mutual connections she had to move back with her parents because she couldn't make rent after losing her job. Parents apparently weren't thrilled learning about the dating for food scheme. She deleted all her dating profiles or got banned. Either way, she's off the apps. The restaurant ban stuck. My friend tried making a reservation there and casually mentioned that woman who tried to skip her bill. And the host was like, "Oh yeah, permanently banned. She tried coming back once and we had to ask her to leave." Best part, her best friend, the one who originally messaged defending her, actually apologized later. I didn't know the full story. She showed me screenshots but edited them to look different. Found out she's done this to tons of people and I feel like an idiot for defending her. Sorry for harassing you. Once her friend group found out the truth, most of them bounced. Hard to keep friends when they realize you're cool with scamming people. Me? I'm good. Still dating, still on the apps, just way better at spotting red flags now. Red flag 1, insisting on expensive restaurants for first dates. Red flag 2, ordering the priciest stuff without glancing at prices. Red flag 3, being on your phone the entire time. Anyone alone might be whatever. All 3 together? Nah, I'm out. Been on some actually good dates since. Met someone recently who suggested tacos from a food truck for our first meetup. Sat in a park talking for hours. Seeing her again soon. Funny how when someone actually wants to know you, they don't need a $60 steak to make it happen. The whole thing taught me it's okay to walk away when you're being used. Doesn't make you petty or cruel, makes you someone with self-respect. She made her intentions crystal clear. I just took her at her word and acted accordingly. Could I have handled it different? Sure. Could have paid, never called again, taken the loss. That's probably what she counted on. Social pressure, making guys just go along with it. But why? Why should being polite mean letting someone explicitly use you? I didn't humiliate her. She humiliated herself by pulling that stunt, then throwing a fit when it didn't work. I didn't ruin her reputation. She did that by making this her hobby. I didn't cost her the job. She did that being on dating apps during work. All I did was pay for my burger and leave. Everything else was consequences of her own choices. Some people said I was petty when this got around. Said I should have just paid and been the bigger person. But being the bigger person doesn't mean being a doormat. It means handling things with dignity. Walking out calmly, paying my portion, refusing to engage with the drama. That was dignity. Paying for her steak after she said I was just a wallet? That would have been being a chump. If you're ever in something similar, trust your gut. If someone tells you they're using you, believe them. Don't feel bad protecting yourself. And if you're on a first date and someone says, "Just so you know, I'm only here for the free meal," take it as a gift. They just showed you exactly who they are. Thank them for the honesty and act accordingly. The trash took itself out. I just didn't finance its dinner first. Life's too short to pay for strangers' ribeyes because they think your time and money are worthless. She wanted a free meal. Universe gave her a free lesson instead. About how entitlement doesn't actually entitle you to jack except the consequences of your actions. Me, I got a good story.